Hey folks, welcome back to my channel and welcome to new subscribers. It's great to have you on board. The general things I'll talk about anything that's going on in the world, in local, in our country, in England, in UK. But I suppose the main things I have been talking about is my health, a kind of like what I feel is a bit of spirituality, and also stuff to do with benefits and trans stuff and that. But right now, something occurred to me this morning that the country really is in a mess, isn't it? And I've just been to my doctor's. It feels like the millionth time this year. That's an exaggeration, by the way. But obviously, I've got an ongoing health issue. Been waiting to see No, I wouldn't say that. I've been waiting to see somebody qualified in their field to actually have a look at this health issue. It feels like it's fairly basic to me, but getting to see somebody is an absolute nightmare. So the story goes, I was on a waiting list from about July, and every time I phoned them up, they said, "Oh, there is no specialist in this area. They're expected to come in as a community for a community appointment, but we don't know when." And this is like the state of the NHS. I'm not blaming those who work for the NHS, but clearly things aren't working very well in the UK. And what I often find when more than one set of things don't work, we tend to kind of, give up and just blame what we can blame. And yeah, right now in the UK, it's you don't feel like anything's really working. There's, I pay my council tax, but I've just literally been dodging potholes like I'm driving through Beirut. Don't see any police on the road. Crime's going up. We're criminalising certain things that shouldn't be criminalised, and we're ignoring other crimes which we should be tackling. And then there's health and stuff. I feel like my dad said he's back in the day when he was alive. He went to Cyprus, and the healthcare he got while he was in Cyprus was, it was incredible. And this was probably about 2000 maybe. So to think how bad our NHS has actually got since then, it's no understatement. But of course, there's so many issues. We have no industries anymore. We have, rising crime, rising immigration. We have, a very poor NHS that doesn't seem to be working. We obviously we have no police. So, generally we will. People tend to kind of lash out at the targets that they feel they can lash out at. Those that are very specific, and and that's what gets us down the road of focusing on the specifics on social media, and eventually becomes a crusade, a witch hunt on certain types of people. And yeah, we need to look at the bigger picture, and we need to kind of think about, what can change, what has to change in the UK for life to kind of get back to something that feels livable, for start off. That's something that actually brings contentment to people. And I'm not sure if there is one straight answer to that, but I don't know if you people feel the same, but I kind of feel like everything needs a reset. What does that mean? I have no idea. But it would be something so drastic, and such an upheaval that it would probably involve some kind of revolution at some point. I'm not suggesting people should revolt, although the country is revolting at the moment. But I'm just trying to think outside the box. It would take something really drastic, because you get the feeling that there are people involved in this country government who have an agenda that isn't the agenda of a majority of the population. Half the population, want well, but actually probably more than half. Probably I'd say 100% of the population want change. Because let's face it, if you think that everything is great in this country, you're deluded, or you've got some, nefarious agenda that you want to put on us, and nothing is great in this country at the moment. As I've just said, I've outlined a few things. So yeah, if you think everything is great in this country, then you need to see a doctor. Actually, you won't get to see a doctor because you can't get a doctor's appointment. But yeah, things are pretty much like hopeless. No, not hopeless, but maybe hopeful. If we can keep putting pressure to change. I won't even get into the politics of the government because it's a bit head scratching really, but I'm really concerned about the nitty gritty of society, and so I'm not having a rant. I'm just kind of being sort of quite reflective and maybe trying to think about what would change the UK. So in your opinion, if anyone's watching this, you tell me what you feel would change the UK. What would you change in the UK? Because we all think about this every day. We have it sort of run down our throats what's going on, locally, nationwide, and internationally. We all get it rammed down our throats. So I think the bigger picture needs to be looked at, and I really want to know what you think. And I think just getting rid of immigrants wouldn't change very much. I think there's a lot of problems. It's so complicated and crazy these days that I honestly feel that we need to reset, go back to basics, reset the laptop to its default settings, and get back to basics. But again, what do you think? I would really be interested to know. I still feel good about myself. I feel good about spreading light to people. So I believe in human beings, and I don't believe that we give ourselves the best chance in life, and I do believe that others maybe don't give us the best chance, but we've made life so complicated that every time people try to fix stuff, they make it worse. So yeah, what would be your simple solution to the way the country is? Please join me, and in the comments, let me know below. Let me know below in the comments. You see, I mean, I've done this loads of times with. I think it's not like I've been on YouTube for a couple of weeks, but you know what? It's one of those mornings I've just come from the doctors, and I haven't had any coffee yet, haven't had any breakfast, and these things sometimes the words don't always come easy. So, as F.R. David once said, for anyone who remembers 1980s music. So folks, just take care, and again, join me in the comments below. Thank you.